Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Aeroplane Bill, and I am your host Ira. Welcome back to my yappers and my listeners, because today I'm going to take you to the next step of friendship, something a lot of people don't like to talk about, which is friendship breakups hurt more than relationship breakups. Hot take. But no one really tells us how to heal from a friendship breakup. What to do when you miss them. It's this weird air and this tension because y'all were just friends, right? Not to make a big deal out of it, anything, friends come and go. But if it's someone you've known for years, someone you've trusted, sometimes our friends are closer to us than our siblings, our family. You cannot wake up one day and just say goodbye to this person. And it hurts. And I'm going to help you avoid all this, because you need to understand the red flags in friendships. Now, people have this very romanticized version of friendships, that friends are supposed to be, the one for you. They're supposed to be your safe space. There's no such thing as bad friends. The whole burden of friendship and how it's gone through, it's basically put on you, that you need to choose better and pick better friends. So, if the responsibility is so high, then you need to understand how to pick good friends. Because friends are the ones you talk to daily, friends are the ones you go for advice, friends are the ones you bring connection to. You tell your secrets, you trust them, you're vulnerable with them. So, you need to have that bond that you don't take advantage of, you don't get betrayed. Because at the end of the day, Caesar was betrayed by Brutus. And betrayal always comes from least expected. That's why it hurts so much. So everyone wants to feel loved, everyone wants to feel belonged. But there are some people who take advantage of that dynamic. When they realize that you want their friendship more than they want you, there is this weird power dynamic struggle where you put them on a pedestal and they treat you like a carpet, as if you are their minion, as if you're supposed to agree to everything they say, as if they can say and do anything to you, disrespect you, make you wait, call names, insult you, make jokes on your expense. But God forbid, it happens the other way around. That they won't tolerate. Why? Friendship is a two-way street. It's equality. So if you are going to treat me like that, I'm going to treat you like that too. If you cannot dish out what you serve, don't cook. The second red flag is when people don't have the maturity to act well in front of other people, especially the opposite gender. This is people who are known as pick-me's, and they are very nice with you, they're very chill with you. You might even be their wingman or wingwoman. But the moment the other gender is in front of them, their demeanor completely changes. So these pick-me's, and there can be pick-me boys too. So I'll tell you how pick-me boys and pick-me girls both work. So
Pick me girls, the moment there is a guy there and they want their attention, she will start comparing you to her. And they will also be of the mindset that I can only be friends who look less hot than me, so that they make me stand out and me look good.
these sort of girls are plenty in the wild, because they think you are this accessory that they're carrying around, and they are using this group connection to elevate their own status. So the moment a guy is there, they cannot tolerate if he gives you attention, and two, they will put you down to lift themselves up. These are pick-me's. You will see them, twirling their hair while they talk to boys, and their voice changes suddenly. It's so high pitched, and you're so funny. Oh my god, I can never crack a joke like this. Like, their entire behavior, just, who are you? And what have you done to my friend? Snap out of it. And guys who are pick-me's would make jokes on you to look cooler in front of the girl. So let's say you are a boy and you're with a bunch of other guys, and he wants to hit on like some girl, and let's say if she's like giving you attention, they'll be like, "Arey dude, he does this and that, like whatever, he farts in his bed," or or like, "Oh, he already has a girlfriend, oh look at him, ha ha ha, he's so fat," or whatever. Like, he will make jokes on you so that he seems more macho and cooler compared to you. And they are also the same people who will text your girlfriend behind your back because they want to be picked and they want to get validated. So be very careful who you yap about, especially your romantic life, because this happened with me in college. And there was this group of girls who, like, whatever, like, they had this herd mentality, okay? And if one girl liked a guy, the whole group like that guy, because she would meet with that guy, interact with him and whatever, and then come back to the hostel and they would all discuss, and she would tell them, oh my god, he's so nice and he did this and he did that and everything. And all the other girls are just getting jealous that, oh my god, whatever, I can take him man if I want to, that attitude. And they would secretly text this guy behind their friend's back. Loyalty goes out of the window. So you need to be very careful who you yap in front of, who you tell your secrets, because they will use that to your advantage. They will go and tell this other person, she said this about you and that about you, and just be a bitch. Next red flag you need to see in a friendship is if they cannot be happy for you. They cannot be happy if you're successful. They cannot be happy if you got that job, got that relationship, got that promotion, got that degree, did something, achieved something. They will never celebrate, because for them, friendship is a competition of who's better. They cannot tolerate. And every time you talk about your successes and what you did and all these great things you've achieved, they will immediately interject and start talking about themselves, because everything is a comparison to them. They have to be competitive everywhere. They'll be like, oh, you did that, I did that too. Oh, I did that long time ago. Oh, actually, I did something better than that. That is how they will speak to you. And they will never support you in anything you're doing. If you're starting something new, a business, a side hustle, a hobby, even if you simply post a picture on Instagram and you look good, normally a good friend would hype you up. But these people, they won't even like it. And these are very small things. They are very subtle things. Oh, I didn't like, I forgot, it must have skipped. But it's a sign of pure jealousy. You don't even know when this competitiveness has turned into jealousy. And that's how you know this is not a friend. This is a frenemy. A frenemy is someone who is an enemy that pretends to be your friend. Because you know that saying, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. That's their mentality. Everything in this world is a comparison for them, a competition for them, and they cannot see other people's success, can't even be happy for them. They will never congratulate you. And some people are so attention seeking that when you will be having your important day, they will do something or make a scene and make everything about themselves, because they cannot tolerate that you get one iota of attention more than them. I could just go on speaking about jealousy and how competitive people are, but I'm going to go on to the next red flag. This one is, I hate this one the most, and have so much to say. People, friends who keep a scorecard. I paid this time, you're going to pay next. I paid this much, I bought this for you, what did you bring for me? They are constantly trying to settle the scores. Everything is give and take with them. I came down when you called me, so you have to come down when I call you. I did this for you, I did that for you. And when you ask them, ki, haan, but I also did all these things for you, and they'll be like, I didn't ask you to do it. What? Everything is a scorecard. And there are like levels to this friendship, and you have to kind of impress them or buy them out, and they will always split things with you. God forbid they pay for anything, because I never understood this mindset actually. I cannot even explain about it, because what is this mindset that leads people to calculate every small thing in friendship and do this comparison mindset, this hisab kitab? Like, what are you trying to calculate? And are you trying to put a number on our friendship? Because this sounds like you're trying to put a price tag. I have seen so many friendships go down the drain because of money. Best advice, be friends with people from the same tax bracket. As an adult, you have to do that, because they'll start feeling inferiority complex. They'll start complaining, why do we have to do this? Why can't we do this? You're too expensive, all of those things. And if you can't afford, then Walk out, be like, hey, I think you should do this activity with your other friends. I don't want to do this. But people who literally down to the penny, I have seen people count. Oh my god, I have this very interesting story again from college. There were two girls, I won't name them, but one girl borrowed 10 rupees from this other girl, and the next day she created a whole scene in the mess that you haven't returned me 10 rupees, and 10 rupees is like 1/8 of a dollar. So like, it's like, for 10 rupees you showed all of us in this canteen how fragile your friendship is. And whether it's a friendship or a relationship, fights happen, but you don't have to be so public about it. It's like, I'll support you in public, I'll correct you in private. Because we cannot go about showing people how weak our friendship is, because once other people start seeing the cracks, they're going to take advantage of it. And they know they can create a wedge between us and bitch to us about each other. And we would eat it up every single time because they know we're not that good friends. So I hate people who are so calculative and money minded, not just in friendship, in everything. I know people in relationships do this too, where they keep a track of every single thing someone has done for them, someone has bought for them. It's just, it's not trustworthy to me. Another red flag that I have seen, I feel like I need to make like two parts of it because there's so much. But this I have personally felt. The another subtle red flag is they will want you to shrink for them. Like, they cannot handle how charismatic you are, how big you are, or that you have a personality of your own, and you always have to shrink yourself or act small so that they can feel comfortable. I had this friend of mine who had an issue that I had a lot of friends, so I need to cut some people off. That's just my personality, and it's your insecurity if you don't have that many friends. The whole point was that, oh,
When we are walking and you're meeting so many people, why do we have to stop and say hi to all of them? Like, why can't you ignore them? I'm like,
because they're also my friends. So if your friend doesn't understand that you have other friends also, and they need you all to themselves when they have a separate life completely by themselves, that's a narcissist. That is someone who is isolating you from other people so that they can have 100% ownership and control over you. Trust me, you don't want a friend like that, because that person just wants a support system for them. And I get possessiveness, I have been there. I also get jealous of my best friends and other friends if I'm not invited or if we don't go out. But you never cross that line and tell people to cut other people out so that they feel more accommodating or not be loud. I had one more friend who didn't like the fact that I would participate in so many competitions and win them, because they're like, oh,
do we really have to do this? You're just an attention seeker. Why do you want all these claps and applauses? Why can't you just be quiet and like just sit in the background or sit in the audience? And I go,
that's not my personality, that's not who I am. I've been like this from the start. You signed up for this friendship, so why should, and why though, why can't you celebrate for me, and why can't we have a good time? I don't get it. But that's the mindset, that you have to be small, don't laugh too loudly. It's like very authoritative and controlling. Then don't be friends with such people. I tell them, you can leave my life. If me being me is such a big burden to you, you're free to go. And never, if anyone makes you feel small, listen to me, and never make yourself small to fit someone else. We're not doing that, not in 2025. We're picking better people. Last two, and I think this needs a part two. If you want me to make a part two of these red flags, comment them down below. And if I get enough requests, I would actually make it, because I have so much to say. Next one is if someone is unreliable and inconsistent with their efforts, showing up. You're always the one making the plan, you're always the one calling them, you're always the one texting them, you're always the one asking the question. It's such a one-sided friendship, and this is a very real thing, that people just want to have the privileges of like princess treatment in friendship, but they won't do the work, and they will expect you to carry the entire load of the friendship Why? Like, who are you? And the moment you stop watering this plant, it dies. They don't care about the friendship. When you stop putting in efforts, that's it. And that makes you question, like, are you even invested in this? Do you even want to be friends with me? Like, why do I have to do everything? And also respecting time, like, why do I have to make all these plans according to you? Why can't you show up on time? Why can't you pick up your phone on time? First of all, you're expecting me to do all these things for you, and then you're not even reciprocating. I can just carry it so much. I'm not, I feel like I'm the only one in this friendship. And they will make you feel very alone and isolated. And you have to kind of fend for yourself because they're unreliable. So even if you get into trouble, they're never going to pick up. They're never going to come rescue you because they are just someone who is so passive. They don't take initiative and they will not make you feel important. Drop the baggage. You don't need this load in your life. Lastly, peer pressure. This person wants to do something, they don't have company, you are not comfortable doing something, but they are going to push your boundaries and make you feel guilty for having them. How dare you say no to them? How dare you stand up for yourself and say, no, I don't want to do that, I'm not comfortable doing this? They just don't respect your consent, and they assume that only because they want to do it, you want to do it too. And they sort of have this expectation that of course you're going to do it, how dare you say no to them? It is so toxic. It's like borderline controlling. I don't even say, it's like stealing away someone's autonomy of decision making and be like, you're going to do what I'm going to say. And it's also this very like power dynamic minion situation, and that never sat right with me because as a people pleaser, I had a tendency of getting into peer pressure if like they wanted to go somewhere out, if they wanted to meet someone, if they wanted to go somewhere, and I would give in most of the time, but I would feel so shitty and they would completely not be grateful about it. But when I wanted to do something, they had clear boundaries that I don't want to do it with you, it's so boring. That's when I realized that, now when the table turns, who's the villain now? I think I made an office reference. But yeah, it's, if you're a people pleaser, you have to be so careful about your energy because all of these friends who are parasites are just attracted to you like flies, and they will want to control and abuse you because they are lonely and they're miserable, and your light is so radiating that it just attracts everyone. Now it's your choice who you want to pick. That's all for today's episode. Do give it a subscribe if you like this video, and do leave a comment. I love comments. I want comments. Do let me know if you want to make a part 2, and if you've reached till the end of this video, drop in a bear emoji so that I know you are here till the end. I'll see you next time, and do give a listen to the Spotify audio links. If you like the video format, YouTube is the perfect place. This is where I come and yap, but if you want more serious topics on self-help, check out my Spotify. I will put the links down below. That's all for today's episode. Bye.